Welcome back to our debate about the future of Europe. And the main topic now is Schengen enlargement. It's very important achievement and we can be very proud. It's now 35 years that Schengen was created. On the 14th of June 2020 is now the anniversary, the celebration. And my proposal is to turn this 14th of June into the European Schengen Day, into the European Day for free travel, to celebrate this major breakthrough and achievement, which we can be so proud. And I belong to the generation which really had still some issues with free travel. From Austria, we were not a member of the European Union when I was studying still. And then there was a lot of borders to cross, to Italy, to Germany, and of course to Central Europe. And now this is such a great achievement. We should really institutionalize this and celebrate it every year on the 40th of June, and especially this year for this 45 years jubilee anniversary to celebrate this major achievement. And obviously, of course there is now Corona, but we can also really make the decisions which are so important and so burning, because we can open and include as well Croatia, the EU presidency. Croatia, still not fully in Schengen. Romania, Bulgaria, these are 3 EU members already a long time, and they are still not in Schengen, and that's of course totally wrong. They should be now, in this crisis, we should be closer together, and we should make sure that now in 2020, when we have this anniversary for 35 years, these 3 EU members, our fellow EU citizens, are also fully in the Schengen zone. That's a big step forward, and then we can add this for giving the visa-free access to the Schengen travel zone to the Republic of Kosovo and the citizens. They really have deserved it. They're waiting a long time already for that, and that will be a major celebration as well, to have the visa-free travel for Kosovo also this year achieved. And also I think it's a very good idea to talk to the Armenians and Azeris, and to Armenia and Azerbaijan. They're a little bit in conflict for many issues, and I think it would be very positive to include, after already Ukraine, Moldova and Georgia have it, it's now for the EAP summit in June 2020, it's a major achievement to also agree for Armenia and Azerbaijan to allow them visa-free travel. It will not change the dynamic of travel in Europe very much to make this decision, but it's a very powerful symbol that they are our partners and that we want to work. We understand the reforms, there was major progress, and I'm sure also that Corona will now focus minds of even more progress, and we should be more open. We should be more open to our Eastern partners, we should be more open to our own members, obviously, and obviously to Kosovo, because the other countries have that already since 2011 on the Balkans, just Kosovo a little bit, unfairly treated like that. And so I call on the EU leadership to be wise, open and fair, and have these 3 countries included to the Schengen system, Croatia, Romania, Bulgaria, and also Kosovo and Armenia, Azerbaijan to be in the visa access-free travel zone. You heard me already mentioning Belarus. I think with Belarus it's more complicated. We will have to wait for Belarus for the right moment until the situation is more stable. But for Armenia and Azerbaijan, I think there is no reason to wait anymore. We really have waited already too long, so please, this courage we must have. Let me also say, because now we have some internal borders again from the 2015 migration crisis onwards, there was a major setback for free travel inside the European Union. And also then now in the Corona, the first reflex is always to close borders. Yeah? And somehow that was the authorities understand. There is this kind of physical barriers, you have to lock down. But the virus cannot be locked down by border police. It's totally wrong. We are one European Union. If there is a problem in Italy or somewhere else, we have to help the Italians to tackle the virus, not to block and lock and down the borders. This is wrong and it has to stop now. And this date is really the date where all the internal borders inside the Schengen have to be lifted again. free travel inside the European Union, and obviously everybody has to be careful and will be careful, have personal protection and all the other very well-known mechanisms which need to be done with due care and with diligence. And also all the other issues, I will make a separate video about vaccination and public health. That's very important, everything. But the key is at the moment, and that's really very important, all borders open inside the Schengen zone from the 14th of June 2020, and no kind of restrictions to travel between the internal borders of the European Union for all Schengen members, and including Croatia, including Bulgaria, including also Romania, and the access for Kosovo, Armenia and Azerbaijan. This is what the European authorities should do now, because we cannot be defeated by such a virus, and we cannot leave our values of openness, of prosperity, just on the doorsteps of a chaotic response to a public health crisis. The borders are the wrong instrument. The borders must be open in Europe. And 14th of June, the European Schengen Day, celebrated every single year from now on as a major achievement of the European Union. This freedom for the persons, for the individuals to travel, to live in different countries, to have this information system behind it as well. It's a major breakthrough which we have achieved 35 years ago. Really, we can be proud about it, and is one of the prime achievements of the European Union, and we have to defend it. We have to be more open, and may the openness win, and not the protectionists, and not the border closers. And the next time, please remove the capacities even to block the borders from the member states, because that's absolutely wrong what they have done in the corona crisis on the borders and what they have done in the migration crisis. Why, please, to limit and lock down Europeans who are maybe just having the coincidence to be born on one side of the border and then on the next, and then these artificial borders, which were, let's be honest, created very artificially by the power of wars in between European nations in our history. Now we overcome them. And then in every kind of reflex, a football crisis, a political manifestation, and public health crisis, migration crisis, the first thing to close the borders? These are not European leaders which we have on that one. Really, they should be losing this power in the next treaty. This must be coordinated by Frontex and by the EU Commission only to have this authority again, and not temporarily every 2 years. We lock the German-Austrian border. And don't get me started that I make very bad comparison from the history about all these things with tourism and so. This is really very tempting, but I will refrain myself from that one here on video. But the context of that one is really tempting, And I can just call on everybody, get back to reason, get back to responsibility and rational politics, and open the Schengen borders now. Thank you very much.